This is my tomato trellis. I made this trellis with bamboo sticks. You can see it's very strong. Basically, it doesn't shake for the gusty winds or anything. Very strong. And there are 18 bamboo sticks. That means I will be planting 18 tomatoes. And these sticks are used to support the tomato plant when it grows. That's the idea. And also in between the tomatoes, I already planted the corners and the middle, these marigolds. They are companion plants, and I will be planting some basil as well. So that's my usual formula or a template for planting the tomatoes, because marigold and basil, they are very good companion plants for the tomatoes. And if you look at the varieties I'm planting, this is called Crimson Blush, blight resistant variety, and this one is called Crimson Crush. Again, this is also a blight resistant variety. And here I got other varieties, Black Russian, and other one is Mountain Magic. And Mountain Magic also sort of resistant, but it can be impacted. And these are the 4 different varieties I'm planting. In addition to this, I will be planting my cherry sun gold variety, cherry plant, cherry tomatoes in the pots at a later stage, maybe in few days time. These are my 2 different varieties of basil I'm planting along with my tomatoes. One is Thai basil, you can see the color itself. Other one is lemon basil. So I will be planting these now. Okay, to plant the tomatoes, because the pot is big, I can't use the dibba. I can use the dibba for planting my basil. However, before I plant the tomatoes, I just want to take this the side shoots off. I don't need them, and they will basically be wasted to use the energy when the roots sends the energy to the plant. That's why I took all the unwanted side shoots. And now I'm going to make a good enough hole for planting my tomatoes. The first one next to this. I can plant them very deep. The more depth you dig the hole and plant them, that's good for the tomatoes. The deeper the hole is, the better it's for the plant. Reason number 1, tomatoes, they start putting the roots wherever the plant touches the soil. So the roots will be, coming along with the plant. If I plant them here until this stage, all the roots will be shooted, new roots. Second thing, the more deeper you plant, the plant will be very well supported within the ground itself. So those are the 2 main reasons. And as usual, I put some chicken pellets in, and I pour the water into the hole. Make sure that water is available for the roots. Look at the good root system, very good root system. And slide in the plant and simply adjust the soil, the one which came from the hole, and make sure that there's enough water holding area around the plant. That's the tomato plant. And for the basil plant, I'm going to use the dibber. I'm going to plant basil here because the size of the pot I used is very small. So the dibber hole is good enough. Bit of fertilizer for the basil, and that's it. I'm going to repeat this process for rest of my tomatoes and the basil. Now I'm halfway through. I planted 9 tomato plants. You can see 3 there, 3 here, and 3 here. In between I planted 4 basil plants. So I need to do the rest of the plants. Then I don't want to water it because when I dig a hole, I already put lots of water. That's more than enough. And another advantage by doing that is, if you water on top of it, sometimes nighttime slugs can get to it, because these plants are, I know they're tall, but they're still young plants. Slugs like young plants. Finally, I planted all 18 tomatoes, and in the middle you can see those are the small plants, which are the basil plants. As I mentioned, 2 different varieties. One is Thai basil and lemon basil. And coming to the tomatoes, the 4 different varieties: Crimson Crush, Crimson Blush, Mountain Magic, and Black Russian. And apart from the Black Russian, Mountain Magic is somewhat blight resistant, whereas Crimson Crush and Crimson Blush, they are fully blight resistant. I did use them last year as well, and they did prove that they are blight resistant. I'm going to use these stakes to support them, and hopefully the plant will take a week, sometimes 2 weeks to settle down. And the measure is to make sure that all the leaves are green and side shoots are started coming. Then we can confirm that plant is well settled. Coming to the fertilizers, I'm not going to give any more fertilizers apart from the water. Maybe when I start seeing the flowers, I might see, based on the situation, provide some seaweed liquid fertilizer. And the marigolds, 3 marigolds this side and 3 marigolds on that side, and basil should give them enough company. And also these marigolds and basil, they are pest repellents. That's one of the reasons why we plant them along with the tomatoes.